Because you have not given to him at all.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Amen.
Amen. Amen. God has called us to give. Can I get a witness in here? This principle says giving. Give and it will be. It shall be given unto you. That's the principle. And principles don't change. Promises God performs for us. But not only that I see in the text, the principle of giving. But I also see the blessing of giving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't leave you hanging.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to go through the whole text.
Yes, sir.
The text says, give, and it shall be given to you. Watch this. A good measure.
Good measure.
Press down.
Yeah.
Shaken together.
Yes.
And run it on.
Yes.
The blessing. There is a blessing
Yes, sir.
in giving. Can I get one witness?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Read the word.
What Jesus does in this text this morning, he says, he uses something that they are familiar with. He points, the last point is illustrated with the everyday example of measuring out grain for purchase. And in this text, in this culture, he really is talking about corn. Because they went to the markets, corn. Read chapter 6, verse 1, he sees them picking corn from off stalks as they walk. But I want to try to make it a little clearer for us. And using, instead of saying corn, when I grew up, we had purple hull people.
All right, all right.
I don't know if anybody know about purple hulls.
All right.
But purple hull peas, think about it. He says, give and it will be given to you. Watch this. A good measure.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
He's saying literally not just you know, some folks are stingy.
That's right.
He's not talking about a stingy measure, not pinch. He's talking about an abundance. He's talking about a good portion.
Yes, sir.
He says, give and it will be given to you. A good portion.
All right, all right.
You know, some of us are real stingy. We hold back on stuff. But God is not a stingy God.
That's right.
I'm glad about it. We don't serve a stingy God. Oh no, he woke you up this morning. He ain't stingy.
All right, all right. Oh, yeah.
He could have passed by you and went on somewhere else. He could have passed by your house, but God is not a stingy God. God gives us more. And look, he says a good measure.
It's all right.
And then he says, press down, shake it together, run. Now, when you're picking purple hulls, you ever seen those big pickle buckets? Those pickle buckets, they have pickles in it. They had pickles. Those pickles, you know, and you use them for more than one thing. You sit on them when you go to the creek. You turn the bottom up. And then, when you're picking purple hulls, you go out to the pea patch and you get the purple hulls. You put them in the bucket. But what we did, we put them in the bucket. We just didn't put them there and that was it. But I did this. I put my foot in it and I pressed down the purple hole. Why? Because I was pressing down in order to make room for more. God is saying that he says, give and it will be given unto you. Good measure. Press down. What are you saying for pressed? I'm saying that as you give, God is saying, I'm going to give back to you and I'm going to press it down. Why I'm going to press it down? See, when you give, God saying, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to give you more than you gave me. Oh, help me, Lord. He said, press down. Now watch it. He said, shake them together. You ought to just get somebody on the show, just push them side to side. Just shake it together. You say, what do you mean? Well, with the corn, in that culture, when they pressed it down, they shook it together in order to make some room and close up those empty pockets in order to get some more in. See, some of us got some empty spots in our lives. God got to shake us up to get us in a position where he can bless us with more and more and more blessings. Press down, shaking together. The text says, and run it over. Now I know it looks like you're putting so much in till it starts to overflow. Yeah, that's true. But in this text, he literally means to run over. Means that he keeps on putting more and more and more in the container. And you know what? When you really love somebody, you want to give them more and more and more. Can I get a witness in here? I remember in East Texas when a pastor down there.
All right.
We had a senior deacon.
Yes,
sir. You know, I told you how they said in that church. And in my rural churches, deacon would sit on one side.
That's right.
Deaconess and the mother of the church sit on another side.
all right, all right.
This deacon had 14 children.
Yes, sir.
And not only had 14 children, but his children had children.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
And their children had children.
Yes, yes.
And many of these same children went to the same church.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
But I noticed about this, Brother Deacon, every Sunday morning, after Sunday school was over,
Yes, yes.
all his grandkids,
All right.
Yes, sir.
all of his great-grandkids who were around,
Yes, sir.
and then some of the other children in the church, they weren't his kids.
Well.
But you know how it is, everybody's kids with everybody's kids. You can correct kids down there. And
All right, all right.
if they did it wrong, you can tell them. And you wouldn't have to get cussed out by the parents.
All right.
Can I get a witness in here? And every Sunday morning after Sunday school, I see Sunday after Sunday, children running up to this old deacon.
Yes, sir.
And when I looked at the deacon, when they ran to him, he'd always go in his pocket, come out with a stick of big red gum.
All right, all right.
I didn't really understand it, but every time that came by this old deacon,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
they all got a stick of gum. I looked at it Sunday after Sunday,
Go ahead.
and he never